Good morning. My name is Kurt Ranta, Operations Section Chief for Team 12. For the last couple of weeks, we've been managing the Whisky complex, and that's the Whisky fire, the Sandstone fire, and the Blister fire. Two fires adjacent to each other down by Ripplebrook, and of course the Whisky fire is just west of us here, in between the Mount Hood and the Gorge. We'll start with the Whisky fire, what we saw yesterday there, what work we got done, and what we're doing today to wrap things up before the transition with the other team. Yesterday we did fly a couple times up here where the activity's been for the last few days. It's still active yesterday. There was some ventilation, westerly winds were pretty strong, and we had some drainage winds, which are normal during the day, up drainage there. So a majority of the activity continued to be up Herman Creek here. We did have some expansion of the perimeter up here, not a lot, but continually flanking through those heavy fuels in the forest up there. And then a little bit here in the west side of Herman Creek. Spot fire in the bottom did grow probably a couple acres. That'll continue to slowly advance up the slope here. Very little movement up in the north, just smoldering, a little bit of creeping, but the perimeter up here really didn't expand much. The spot that's furthest out up here, we were able to see the Pacific Crest Trail itself. It looks like it maybe got over the Pacific Crest Trail just a little bit, but very little activity in here, just one or two smokes that were showing. Didn't look like it was spreading around. Other than that, the other activity was down in here, showing a fair amount of smoke just because of the wind, but again, moving very slowly, just kind of creeping along. I didn't see any trees torching or anything anywhere in the Whisky fire yesterday when we flew it. Rest of the fire is looking really good. Flew all around here just to make sure it's still looking good. Just some smokes in here. Yesterday was just kind of finishing up a bunch of little items with the resources we got out there. And Division Golf and Division Tango, which are combined now. We had some of the members from the new team, which is made up of Mount Hood National Forest folks and the Columbia River Scenic Area people, and they're coming in. They'll be taking over as a Type 3 team after we leave. And so they were out here scouting with our folks, making sure we got a good handoff. So they were clued in about what the operations had been and where we're at with it. So they were just doing a little bit of testing on this hose lay down here in case that line needed to be used in the future. And other than that, it was just kind of holding and improving what we got here, doing a little bit of backhaul. That'll continue today if the weather's conducive to that. Obviously, there's a weather change going on. We got a little bit of moisture on the fire. Continue to shadow with the new team coming in, getting them out here, making sure they have seen what they need to see. So that'll be what's going on today out here. Most of the work over in the Whisky fire is going to continue to be that repair, that rehabilitation work that they're doing mostly with machinery. And they're doing a bunch of different things. Off the map here is the Greenpoint Reservoir, or if you're a local, you know where that's at. Finishing up some grading and rolling in there and make sure it's ready to go to open that campground hopefully by this weekend. So we're working with the county on that. Other things going on, we got some engines that are clearing out ditches on the 2810 down here from the mastication work that went on. We're going to complete this dozer line, repairing that, putting that to bed up here between the 650, 630. We're going to start working on fixing a bike trail that was impacted by fire operations up here when they tried to open this road. So start working on that. That'll be a continuing project, and doing a little bit of excavation work, cleaning out ditches on the road up here. So a bunch of moving parts. They did complete all the repair on the dozer lines that shoots out towards the river, all that old Eagle Creek line. They covered that back up, put that to bed. So a lot of good work being done on the repair group there. And then the contingency group that I mentioned was looking at the BPA Bonneville power lines down there above the Cascade Locks and above the river there. They completed that plan, so we have a good contingency plan in place that we're leaving with the new team. We'll move over here to Sandstone. Sandstone yesterday continued the same things they've been doing, which is grading along the 7015 road down here, excavator work, and then continuing to close up these dozer lines down here with the excavator. We've had the Gannett Glacier crew, as I mentioned yesterday. They went in yesterday and did additional work. They found a couple smokes that are pretty close to the line. They were really not much of a threat, but they put them out anyway. There were stump holes from old snags that had dropped down. Out there today, they got more rain out there than we've gotten here so far. It rained pretty good last night, so they're going to go out there and assess if they can safely get those excavators working in there. But probably just kind of holding and improving. They will be doing a shadow day as well with a different a Type 4 complexity organization. So they'll have a different set of folks out there that they'll be shadowing with, making sure that they know what's out there. So at the end of the shift today, when the transition occurs with those resources, they're squared away about what's going on. As far as, leave it at that, as far as the weather goes, we do have the weather system coming in. As you can probably tell if you live in Western Oregon, Western Washington, and then around here. We have yet to receive the rain that was predicted up in the fire. The conditions are cool, they're moist. Do expect more rain today. Also expect potentially some thunderstorm activity this afternoon, and that's moving into tomorrow as well. And we just kind of glide into like a relatively cool, not a lot of rain, but not super dry either. So just kind of a cool pattern for the next few days after that, which is good news to keep this subdued. So team 12 is last shift today. We'll transition this evening. This will likely be the last operational briefing for these fires here. Hopefully it was helpful to you folks. I enjoyed keeping you updated there. Appreciate you tuning in. I think it's valuable for you guys to kind of get that real-time information, and I'm giving you as real-time as I got. So thanks again.